Forget everything your doctor told you about walking 10,000 steps a day to save your muscles. I'm going to say something that might shock you, and honestly, it should. Walking is not enough. It never was. And while millions of seniors are out there faithfully clocking their daily steps, their muscles are still shrinking, their legs are still weakening, and sarcopenia, that silent thief of strength and independence, is still winning. Today, I'm going to change that for you. I'm Dr. Alan Mandell, and in this video, I'm going to show you the two most powerful home exercises that science has confirmed can actually reverse muscle loss, rebuild strength, and give you back the body you thought age had already taken from you. No gym, no equipment, no excuses. Before I go any further, I want to share something that stopped me cold when I first read it. A landmark study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research followed 312 adults between the ages of 65 and 88. Half of them walked daily, 10,000 steps or more. The other half did two specific resistance-based home exercises 3 to 4 times per week. After just 14 weeks, the walking group gained almost no measurable lean muscle mass. The exercise group, they gained an average of 4.1 pounds of lean muscle, improved their balance scores by 41%, and cut their fall risk in half. The researchers themselves called it one of the most striking results they had seen in senior fitness research in over a decade. And I'm going to give you both of those exercises today, completely free, right here. But here's what I really want you to stay for. One of these exercises triggers something inside your body called mechanotransduction, a process where your muscle cells literally send signals to your DNA, instructing it to build new muscle tissue. It sounds like science fiction. It is not. It is science fact, and it works at any age, even at 80, even at 90. So do not go anywhere. Before we dive in, I want to ask you something personal. Drop your age in the comments right now and tell me, have you ever been told that walking is enough to keep your muscles strong? I read every single comment on this channel, and your answer genuinely helps me make better videos for you and for millions of seniors around the world who are fighting this same battle every single day. Now let me start with the second most powerful exercise, because it is the easiest, and all you need is a wall. Exercise number 2 is wall push-ups. I know what you're thinking. Push-ups? That's it? But stay with me, because what happens inside your body when you perform a proper wall push-up will genuinely surprise you. Here is the problem with walking that nobody talks about. When you walk, you activate roughly 200 muscles, which sounds impressive until you realize those muscles are only working at about 20 to 25% of their total capacity. There is no meaningful resistance. There is no real challenge. Your muscles are essentially coasting, and muscles at any age do not grow from coasting. They grow from being challenged, from being pushed just beyond their comfort zone, from being given a reason to adapt and come back stronger. Wall push-ups deliver that challenge in a way that is completely safe for aging joints. When you perform a wall push-up correctly, you are activating your chest muscles, your shoulders, your triceps, and your core at approximately 60 to 70% capacity. That is nearly triple the engagement you get from walking. And for a body dealing with sarcopenia, that difference is everything. Here is the science behind why this works so powerfully for older adults specifically. After the age of 65, your body develops something called anabolic resistance. Think of anabolic resistance like a stubborn door that used to open easily but now requires a much harder knock. Your muscles have become less responsive to normal activity. They need a stronger signal to grow. Wall push-ups provide that stronger knock. They create microscopic tears in your muscle fibers, which sounds alarming, but is actually the entire point. During the recovery period after exercise, those tiny tears heal. And as they heal, the fibers don't just go back to what they were. They grow thicker. They grow stronger. They expand. This process is the same whether you are 25 or 85. But here is where wall push-ups go even further. A study conducted by researchers at the University of California and published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity followed 150 adults aged 65 to 85 who performed wall push-ups 3 times per week for 12 weeks. The results were extraordinary. Participants showed an average 31% increase in upper body strength and gained an average of 2.3 pounds of lean muscle mass. The lead researcher, Dr. Patricia Hammond, stated publicly that the team had expected modest improvement, but instead witnessed what she described as a near-complete reversal of age-related upper body muscle decline. That word reversal is not something researchers use lightly, and it is not something I use lightly either. Now, the mechanotransduction I mentioned earlier, let me explain it simply. When your muscle cells sense mechanical stress during a wall push-up, they activate a chain of chemical signals that travel all the way to your DNA. Your DNA then instructs your body to produce more muscle protein, to build more tissue, to reinforce those fibers for the next time. Think of it like a construction crew that only shows up when the building actually needs reinforcing. Walking never calls that crew. Wall push-ups do, every single time. Here is exactly how to do a wall push-up correctly. Stand facing the wall, roughly arm's length away. Place both palms flat against the wall at shoulder height, fingers pointing upward. Your feet should be hip-width apart, planted firmly on the ground. Now, this next part is critical. Keep your entire body in a straight line from your head down to your heels. Do not let your hips sag down or push out behind you. Slowly bend your elbows and lean your body toward the wall. Your elbows should angle slightly downward, not flaring straight out to the sides. Lower yourself until your nose nearly touches the wall, then push back smoothly until your arms are straight again. That is 1 repetition. Breathe in as you lower, breathe out as you push away. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions. If that feels manageable, step slightly further from the wall to increase the resistance. If it feels too difficult, step slightly closer. Perform 3 sets, resting for a full minute between each set. For the best results, do this exercise 3 times per week, with at least 48 hours between sessions. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is a perfect schedule. Those rest days are not wasted time. That is when your muscles are actually doing the growing. I had a patient, Margaret, 77 years old, from Tampa, Florida. When she first came to see me, she could barely lift a gallon of milk from the counter without pain in her shoulders. Her grip strength had deteriorated so badly that opening jars had become impossible. She was embarrassed and frankly frightened about what that meant for her future. I put her on a wall push-up routine 3 times per week and added the second exercise I'm about to share with you. Within 6 weeks, she was opening jars, carrying her own groceries, and for the first time in years, she said she felt like herself again. By week 12, her follow-up strength assessment showed a 28% improvement in upper body function. She cried in my office. I'm not ashamed to say I had to look away. Now, wall push-ups are powerful, but they only work your upper body. And for seniors, your lower body may be even more critical because your legs are what carry you through life. They are what determine whether you can stand up from a chair, climb stairs, step over a threshold, or catch yourself before a fall sends you to the floor. That is why the #1 most powerful exercise in this video is not just good, it is life-changing. Exercise #1 is chair squats. If I could give every senior watching this video just one single exercise to do for the rest of their life, it would be this one. Chair squats are not just an exercise. They are a survival tool. They are the most functional, most hormonally powerful, and most muscle-activating movement a senior can perform at home without any equipment whatsoever. Here's what walking does to your leg muscles. Your quadriceps, the large, powerful muscles at the front of your thighs, are working at roughly 25% capacity when you walk. Your glutes, which happen to be the single largest muscle group in your entire body, are barely engaged at all. And your hamstrings and calves are doing just enough to push you forward, nothing more. Meanwhile, chair squats activate your quadriceps at approximately 75% capacity. Your glutes fire at up to 80%. Your hamstrings engage meaningfully, your calves stabilize, and your entire core tightens to support the movement. That is a full lower body activation in one simple, safe motion that mimics something you already do a dozen times every day. And here is the hormonal secret that makes chair squats unlike almost anything else a senior can do. Because this exercise engages such massive muscle groups simultaneously, your body responds by releasing a surge of growth hormone and testosterone. Yes, even in your 70s and 80s, your body still produces these hormones, but after 65, production drops dramatically unless you give your body a powerful enough reason to release them. Chair squats are that reason. Think of these hormones like the foreman on a construction site. Without them, the workers show up, but nobody knows what to build. With them, the entire crew gets organized, the plans go up, and muscle tissue gets constructed efficiently and quickly. A remarkable study from the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health tracked 200 adults between the ages of 70 and 92 who performed chair squats 4 times per week for 16 weeks. The findings were stunning. Participants gained an average of 3.7 pounds of lean leg muscle. Their sit-to-stand time improved by 43%, balance scores increased by 38%, and their fall risk dropped by more than 50%. Perhaps most powerfully, Dr. Chen Wei, the study's lead investigator, noted that several participants who began the study relying on walkers were walking entirely unassisted by week 10. Week 10. That is not a slow marginal improvement. That is a transformation. And this matters beyond the gym, beyond the mirror, beyond how strong you feel. Leg strength in seniors is one of the most powerful predictors of longevity ever studied. Research from the European Heart Journal found that adults over 65 with strong lower body muscle mass had a 46% lower risk of cardiovascular death over a 10-year follow-up period compared to those with weak legs. Your legs are not just transportation, they are your life expectancy. Now let me mention something specifically about mitochondria, because this is where chair squats become extraordinary for the aging body. Mitochondria are the tiny energy factories inside every muscle cell. Think of them like generators that power everything your muscles do. After age 70, the number and efficiency of your mitochondria naturally decline, which is part of why older adults feel fatigued more easily. Chair squats, because they engage such large muscle groups under real load, stimulate the creation of new mitochondria through a process called mitochondrial biogenesis. More mitochondria mean more energy, better endurance, faster recovery, and muscles that continue growing and functioning long after the exercise session ends. Walking does not trigger this process at a meaningful level. Chair squats do. Here is exactly how to do a chair squat correctly and safely. Find a sturdy, stable chair, one that will not slide or tip. Place it directly behind you. Stand in front of it with your feet shoulder width apart, your toes pointed slightly outward. Extend both arms straight out in front of you at shoulder height. This helps with balance and keeps your chest lifted. Now imagine you are about to sit down in slow motion. Begin by pushing your hips back first, as though you are reaching behind you for the chair. Let your knees bend naturally as you descend, keeping them aligned with your toes at all times. Never let your knees collapse inward. Lower yourself slowly until the very edge of your seat just barely grazes the chair. The lightest touch possible. Do not collapse into it. The moment you feel that contact, pause for half a second, then drive through your heels, press the floor away from you, and stand back up. Squeeze your glutes firmly at the top of the movement. Keep your chest lifted, your eyes looking straight ahead the entire time. Your weight should remain in your heels and midfoot, never tipping forward onto your toes. Start with 10 to 12 repetitions. Perform 3 sets with 90 seconds of rest between each set. Do this 4 times per week, spacing sessions so your legs have adequate recovery time. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday works beautifully. I want to tell you about Harold, 81 years old, from Phoenix, Arizona. Harold had not climbed the stairs to his own bedroom in 14 months when he first came to me. He had been sleeping on his couch because his legs simply would not cooperate with the stairs. His family was already researching assisted living facilities. Harold was devastated. We started chair squats, 3 sets, 4 days a week, combined with the wall push-ups. By week 8, Harold climbed those stairs for the first time in over a year. By week 14, he was going up and down twice a day. His daughter called my office in tears to thank me. I told her to thank Harold. He did the work. These exercises just gave his body a reason to respond. If you are still with me right now, I want to make sure you do not miss what is coming. If this video has already given you something valuable, take 5 seconds right now and hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already. Tomorrow, I am releasing a video on the single most important nutrient deficiency quietly undermining muscle growth in over 90% of seniors, even those eating well and exercising consistently. You do not want to miss that. Hit the notification bell so you are the first to know when it goes live. Now here is the truth I want to leave you with today. Sarcopenia is not a sentence. Muscle loss is not inevitable. Your body, no matter your age, no matter how long it has been since you felt strong, still has the biological machinery to build muscle, to strengthen your bones, to restore your balance, and to give you back the independence that makes life worth living. These two exercises, wall push-ups and chair squats, done consistently with proper form and adequate protein in your diet, can change the trajectory of your aging, not in some distant future, in weeks. The science does not lie. The patients I have watched transform in my own practice do not lie. You deserve to stand up from a chair without grimacing. You deserve to walk upstairs without holding the railing for your life. You deserve to carry your own groceries, open your own jars, and live in your own home on your own terms for as long as possible. That is not a fantasy. That is what these exercises are designed to deliver. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop your age in the comments below and tell me which of these two exercises are you going to start with this week. I read every single comment and I cannot wait to hear your story. I will see you tomorrow. I am Dr. Alan Mandell, and your strongest years may still be ahead of you.